macros in C programming or even C++ is something that we'll look at today, and the problems with using macros. Okay, and if you're not aware enough or you're not careful enough, then you might mess up a lot of things while using macros. So here's a very simple example. You might find this example everywhere all over the internet when they explain you the pitfalls of macro. Okay, so I'm also using the same example of a square. Okay, and here simply we have taken the number a equals to 3, and we are passing it to the square macro, and there we are using a plus 1. Okay, so what happens when this thing runs? So one might think that you might get an incremented value of 4 and it will return the value 16. Okay, but let me show you what happens exactly. So here we are getting the value 7. Okay, so here what macros basically do is like do some kind of find and replace thing. Okay, so macros are basically added directly. This expression will be added over here and that will be replaced with this thing. Okay, so here if I hover this thing, then you will see that it expands to a plus 1 into a plus 1. Okay, so here we have not given any parenthesis. Okay, so what happens is like due to the lack of parenthesis, it evaluates directly and that results in the wrong result. Okay, so for that what we could do is we could add parentheses over here, and that way we might expect to get the correct result. Okay, let's just compile this thing again. Okay, see, so now we got the correct result. So this was a very simple example of the pitfalls of macro and why you should preferably avoid it. Okay, in some cases you might use the inline function as a replacement to the macros. Okay, but there are cases in programming where macros are used a lot. Okay, instead of using what do you call regular procedures or functions, that sort of things, people prefer to use macros. Okay, so, but like I said, there are some pitfalls with it, so use it judiciously. Okay, so this was just a very small video. We'll look at it in some other video in much more detail. Okay, thank you.